Ramaphosa, please keep quiet. Ngiyacela bandla uphendulelana uTrump. Uzosifaka inkinga sizela abantwana. Aniyeke Ramaphosa. Ukhulumela iANC, awukhulumela South Africa. Awuthule.
This is a message to South African government. You guys keep on putting yourself in America's business. What if they come and scoop Cyril up?
No, I'm not worried about an invasion to South Africa, not at all. I think we are way far from anything like that.
Yeah, ngiyezwa nithi asiphuma indaweni zase-USA la laningi intshela.
South Africa is calling for an urgent United Nations Security Council meeting.
South Africa spoke. Let the records show. South Africa stood up right in the middle of the darkness when everybody was afraid.
Hello and welcome to the channel. Let's take a look at the reactions to this story briefly. Ningi that is happening around the world. Donald Trump and Israel are in the middle of all of it, and South Africa is there trying to play peacemaker again. This time it is for Venuzuela. South Africans are not impressed by this move by Cyril Ramaphosa. When he was asked is he not concerned that the same could happen to South Africa, he said no. Let's take a look at the thoughts and sentiments around, of course, geopolitics and how it affects South Africa, and what is it that South Africa can do to solve our own issues. We have South African schools opening. We know that we have so many issues that need the attention of the president of South Africa within the country. However, he's always putting his hand up to assist other countries, or is he always available to be used by other countries who don't want to be seen as the aggressors against the United States of America? Is he getting paid? My goodness. Or is South Africa really being, the big guy in the global south, as they would put it? Let's take a look at the thoughts and sentiments around all of these that came through. Please give this video a thumbs up as we take a look at these videos. What are your thoughts on this? Let's take a look.
I think this is a very good explanation. ANC is actively inviting sanctions so they can stay in power by making those sanctions an excuse for the lack of development, just like ZANU-PF did in Zimbabwe. They have failed to govern dismally, and now they need excuses.
The kidnapping of Comrade President Nicolas Maduro, his wife, Comrade Cecilia Flores, and son, Nicolas Ernesto Maduro, undermines the United Nations Charter and threatens global peace and stability at a time when the world requires cooperation. The ANC expresses its solidarity with the people of Venezuela. The ANC reiterates that international law must be respected by all states without exception or selectivity. The principles of sovereign equality, non-interference and peaceful resolution of disputes.
Aniyeke Ramaphosa. Ukhulumela iANC, awukhulumela South Africa. Awuthule la. Ngiyacela bandla, siyasaba sesivumile thina. Siyasaba bafowethu. Ngiyacela babu Ramaphosa awuthule. Hayi cha, uyosilimazisa ngoTrump lo baba kadlali. Niyambona into kadlali, awuthule. Hayi.
Yeah, ngiyezwa nithi asiphuma indaweni zase-USA la laningi intshela. Iy'moto lezi nigibela emakhumbi lawo enihamba ngawo. Iy'moto lezi nidrivayo. Ama-truck lawa ahambisa ukudla, imikhumbi le eletha izinto ey'khiphi zabomanye amazwe. Amabhanoyi ahamba nge-fuel. Okay, i-fuel yenziwa nge-crude oil. I-crude oil le ise-Venezuela, iwona abanama-oil reserves amaningi kunawo wonke umuntu. Uma u-oil wase-Venezuela uzocontrola i-USA, kusho ukuthi i-USA yona sithi izodecide ukuthi u-oil bawudayisa ngamalini. Yabona-ke, So lonto leyo isho ukuthi asakwazi nokuthi siye-11 Venezuela soyifunela i-crude oil. Yebo lento iyakuthinta because makunyuka i-price ka-petrol kusho ukuthi nokudla kuzonyuka. Kusho ukuthi nomalume uzoyinyusa imali yokuhambisa ingane yakhe esikoleni. Mfana uba yiphukuphuku nini iyanithinta lento le. Isithinta sonke lento le. Yimpi yethu sonke le.
Indaba le ye-US ukuthi igasele ngesankahlo eVenezuela icaphuna upresident wakhona ngenkani ithathe yena nomkakhe base bethi bazoluhola noma bazolibusa izwe laseVenezuela until kukhethwe umuntu noma kubekwe ugovernment ovumelana nama policies e-US. iSouth Africa ingena kanjani ekuthenini ihambe phambili ekutheni ayilwe ne-US? iSouth Africa ke kulempi yokulwa ne-US ayisupportwa kuphela yi-BRICS but isupportwa na G6 meaning excluding iAmerica. Kodwa ke even kuyona iAmerica ama Democrats ayayisupporta lento eyenziwa uRamaphosa yokulwisana noDonald Trump. But this is going to be bad news for South Africa at a long run. Basically, what is going to happen on my own prediction, Cyril is going to win the battle against Trump, but he's going to lose the war in the context of South Africa. Buka abanye president bamanye amazwe benzani, they are condemning into eyenziwe uTrump, which is vele kufanele kwenziwe lokho ngoba he invaded a sovereign country. Ngisho futhi invade basically ucaphune upresident wakhona ngenkani okuphambene nemithetho yamazwe. Nakho ke lapho into engifuna uyibonga, ngiyazi ukuthi uje South Africa ingene lento yangena South Africa kakhulu because South Africa is being used as a pawn kulempi le to topple uDonald Trump. Ngiyazi abaningi ngesezokuvumelana ngale, ngiyazi abaningi futhi leba izobadida bazoshaba kusho it's okay, but that's how politics is.
Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, as you can see the location that I'm making the video from, we from the Cape just want to tell you, don't involve us in your disputes with America. Did you see what they did with Venezuela? Do you want to be picked up in the morning hours and they kidnap you and arrest you? Leave us alone, men. So please, leave us alone. If they arrested him for cocaine smuggling, it is reg. So with that, this is the voice from the Cape Flats, making you understand that, yes, it was reg. And with that, I say thank you.
January the 3rd, 2026. The day where South Africa stood up. First, understand leadership. Leadership is you standing up when everybody else is afraid. That's inspiration. When everybody feels lost and afraid, the person who can say, guys, let's calm down. Let's figure out a plan. How are we going to get ourselves out of this? That's how Steve Biko was born. That's how Nelson Mandela was born. Walter Sisulu, Pixley Gasem, John Langal Balel, Mom Florence McClegg, Mom Winnie Mandela. When they stood up, Mam Naledi Pan, the whole world was afraid. Everybody knew what was happening in Israel. The whole Europe knew. Everybody knew what was happening in Israel. It was again South Africa that stood up. They might bring us down, Doug. They might break us. But we've made our mark in history. I'm proud. This is what leadership looks like. We don't have an army. We don't have much, but the fact that we can stand up in a global era where leaders are going to America and bending the knee and being humiliated by Trump. Certain leaders being told, you speak such good English, where are you from? It was South Africa that stood up. For me, man, what a beauty it is to be South Africa. This is how I'd like to go down. If I do go down, this is how I'd like to go down. It's really humbling. Once again, guys, I'm going to really ask, please follow me on YouTube and on Lulio. I'm just going to quickly share how you can find me. You just have to click this YouTube link. They're fighting us. They're really coming for us. And I've got 2 strikes right now. Third strike, I'll be leaving TikTok. So if you want to still continue the conversations, guys, please click this link on my bio and it'll take you to my page.
And sentiments coming through there. What are your thoughts on these? Please do follow them on various social media platforms to get a broader sense of their contributions to this topic, and also some of them rather have been shortened to keep this video a little bit shorter. As you can see, it's already long. Just to sum it up, as you have heard, that South Africa put up her hand. Is it her? Well, Cyril Ramaphosa put up his hand, and he was one of the people that called out the actions of the United States of America in what is seemingly aggression towards Venezuela. There is a court case going on in the United States of America as they attempt to clean up this failed coup. What are your thoughts on how people have laid their views on this matter? We have seen that there is a new world order going on. It seems that presidents, well, some of them have abandoned normal diplomatic channels to go for this alternative approach, which is regressing the whole world back into the colonial era, where there were no, formal channels to make deals, whether it is treaties, whether it is any form of diplomacy that is required between countries. Now, for the first time, we're seeing that America is seen as, on the other side as a terror states, because they were always known as, the leaders of the free world. But at this moment, they are capturing and are threatening to capture small countries and turn them basically into colonies. We also saw that there was plenty of activity even during the festive season, and this is rather strange for the United States of America. We can expect that from some African countries. They have no time limit. Now, please let me know what your thoughts are down below. South Africa is in the middle, trying to have a voice, and as you have seen in the videos, there are questions around the legitimacy of South Africa's voice and whether it can lead to further trouble for South Africa and the United States further down the line. There's plenty within our domestic politics as well that needs Cyril Ramaphosa's attention. But just mention a foreign state, just mention a foreign country, that is when the lights go off for the citizens. But just talk about other countries, your Cyril Ramaphosa will be there. And it's only January, guys. Let's see how this one progresses. We know that China and Russia are also going to be pulled into this whole debacle because of their links to Venezuela. Why can't they do what they did to all of these other countries that were threats to world peace? Why is America's democracy failing like this? Because this will lead to a collapse to all the other countries, rather, that had looked up to America's model for democracy. Especially in Africa, there are dictators just waiting to hold on to power. Thank you so much for joining us on this video. Please give this video a thumbs up and support this channel. Let's meet on the next video.